with the girls.
Mhm.
And
The
then
garden.
I would get, uh, I don't remember anymore how much it was I got. $17, I think, uh, every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I had to work for, had to keep me going for what I had to have. And so I would keep, I had to hide my money because the girls would steal steal it that was in the bar with us.
To the door, is
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So really nice.
And then I went back to Idaho, or to Lava Hot Bars again.
Lava Hot Springs.
And I went to work there in a cafe. And it was, I liked that. I had a small apartment. And it didn't cost me anything hardly to go fish, to swim, and when I wanted to.
Yeah.
And then Aunt Ray got real sick, so I went back to the ranch again. Grandma was there and she had to have help. So I stayed there, and then that's when my husband and I got together, and we got married in that winter.
Anything else you want to add?
I don't know.
I can't think of anything either, Grandma. So let's say goodbye.
Well, we was part of that through that time when Trevor was little, because we got those, we were limit on food and stuff because I had a card for Trevor.
Mhm. I saw that with the stamps in it.
Mm-hmm.
In World War II.
Mm-hmm. She was born in 43, and
Mhm.
she was just a tiny baby when I got my card for her. And I didn't drink much coffee, so I would trade my coffee for my brother, my husband's dad, for sugar, because he didn't care for sugar.
Mhm.
So he'd give me the sugar, and I'd give him the
Coffee
pot, and that worked out pretty good. And I learned how to make make cakes with sweetening. The cat, it's
You got me here.
like sweetening, like you get to put in your covered coffee.
Cream.
No, that imitation sugar.
Equal. I don't know. Right now it's called Equal and Sweet
Equal.
Milk.
Uh-huh. Only we get little pills, little tablets, and I'd make cakes and use them for sweetening.
Oh. Alright.
And
Didn't know that.
and I sewed I had a good sewing machine, and that was my mother's, and I used to make clothes for Trevor and myself.
Okay.
So we got by that way pretty good.
And Puppy.
So I'm through.
You through? Say goodbye.
Goodbye. I didn't say any bad words.
I read the book Ruby by V.C. Andrews. It's about a young girl who grows up with her grandmother, and her grandpa lives out in the swamp. She starts dating this guy from town named Paul Tate, son of Octavius Tate. She soon finds out, after her grandmother sees Paul and her kissing, that Octavius Tate seduced her mother, and that's where Paul came from, and her grandfather sold Paul to Octavius to keep it quiet. So that's about where this scene picks up, is right after that. B.C. Andrews was a little bit weird. When she was 15, she became paralyzed because of a bone growth that went into her spine. She was in a wheelchair and crutches for the rest of her life. When her father died at 20, she moved to Lower Virginia, where she became a commercial painter and painted portraits and oil paintings and watercolors. She soon found that boring, so she bought a book on how to write novels and started writing her novels. Her first published piece was called I Slept with My Uncle on My Wedding Night, and it was published in a small New Age confessional magazine. Her next piece that she turned into publishers was a 290,000 word novel called The Obsessed, which was later shortened and spiced up and called Flowers in the Attic. She eventually published 10 series of novels, which were about 5 books to each series. She died at 58, and her books are continuing.